to the season finale of Ambitiously Yours. I am your host, Travis,
Hello, I'm Erica.
and we will be discussing the season finale of Local Ambition, Season 6. This is one of the craziest season finales of any show I have ever seen in my entire life. This was just. This left more questions than answers.
Yeah, right? I'm kind of mad about that.
Right?
Way to leave us hanging.
Well, we start with the 911 call that we heard at the beginning of the season. That same one. So it appears that we're finally going to get down to business. That we're finally going to find out what this 911 call was all about. Or so we hope, anyway. But we start out with our friendly news reporter, Gail Livingston Cooper. She says the girls have been found. They had escaped from their predicament. But once again, she goes berserk and over nothing, talking about her dog and demanding that her meltdown not be filmed. Well, it's too late. We're live.
How does she keep a job?
I don't know.
I need to work where she does. You get away with anything.
Right? I don't even know. I don't even think she has a degree in journalism.
Oh, I highly doubt that. She needs a new hairdresser. Just saying.
We cut to that poor damn cat hanging on the clothesline again. As we're experiencing another patch of technical difficulties, I love that cat. That cat's so adorable.
But you like cats, so you know.
Yeah, I am a cat person. After that, we cut to Tia and Chelsi leaving. It appears that they're abandoning the show because they feel it's too dangerous. I mean, they were kidnapped after all.
It's understandable, yeah.
I think I would think the same thing if I was in their situation.
I'm out.
Nikki follows behind them to stop them from leaving. Nikki also appeals to their hearts by reminding them of all the girls that auditioned for the show and saying, "Hey, we're the top 3 out of everybody." She tells them she doesn't want them to be known as losers, or they don't want to be known as losers. They don't want to be known as quitters. Then she tells both girls that they're her best friends, and she doesn't want to win that way or lose that way with them quitting.
Nikki Serenity. Nikki fucking Serenity. Shut up. That's all I gotta say. It was a very inspiring speech. And she told them it's worth losing your life to win this competition. Pretty much.
Well, I do think, I guess going through trauma together can bring people closer. That was a traumatic experience.
Yeah, it was. I'm sorry.
You're laughing at what you just said.
I can't do it.
T and Chelsi agreed to stay and finish out the competition. Thank God. Because if not, it would have been a short episode.
I was just going to say, blink and it's done.
Then Tia asks Chelsi. We get to a different scene where Tia asks Chelsi if she wants to hang out this weekend. I guess Tia still thinks in her head that her and Chelsi are friends. Chelsi reminds Tia that, no, we're not friends. We may be kind of cool. I'm good with you, but we're not friends. This is still a competition. And even though we were about to quit like 5 minutes ago, this competition still means a lot to me.
Hey, when she comes back on that wagon, she gets on it. She's just committed. Very consistent.
Very something. God. But then Chelsi walks away, and then Tia calls her a bitch. That seems to happen a lot to Chelsi. Especially this episode. She walks out of the scene, and God, what a bitch. Well, yeah.
She was being, I think, a little more of a bitch in this episode than... I mean, she's always been consistently a bitch, but to everyone now instead of just
she kicked that bitchiness up a notch.
Like to producers and everything else. And I'm like, she really don't want to be here, does she?
I was thinking, oh my God, she doesn't really want to win this.
No.
What the fuck is she doing here?
She tried to leave and Serenity stopped her.
Nikki comes into the elimination room, finds the photographer Brad. She's complaining about how Tia and Chelsi are still how they're treating each other like crap, how they're fighting with each other. And she asks Brad why they're not getting along. It's like, okay, it's really none of your business.
Not your problem.
Yeah, Brad explains to her that they're focused on winning the show and they don't have to get along. Then this is what kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. He kind of patronized her. He kind of was like, you're a nice girl and you want everybody to get along and blah, 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 blah. And then, he gave her some solid advice. You need to focus on yourself because, you're in this competition to win. But, how many times have we heard somebody tell her, oh, you're the nice girl in this show? More times than I can count.
Well, it's still true. But at the same time, I think she's still naive and thinks that everyone needs to get along. She needs to learn to choose her battles and problems. Not everyone in the world is going to get along. Watch the fucking news if you want.
Right.
And understand that people don't always mesh. They're just not going to get along. And you're there for a reason, like Chelsi even told her last time.
Yeah.
She's stressing herself out for nothing, I think, so.
Yeah.
It was kind of annoying, to be honest.
It was kind of unnecessary drama for her.
Yeah.
Let them sort it out. Here's the thing. This is strategy here. Let them take each other out, and then you can sprint to the finish line. Simple.
Yes.
Then we come up to Chelsi walking into wardrobe and meets the designer Barbara Boltman. She's treating this designer like dirt. Barbara tells her, hey, this is what I think, I'm going to dress you in because, she's in charge of designing these outfits for the models. And Chelsi's like, I don't think so. I'm going to pick my own outfit.
My issue is, didn't she design all the outfits the entire show? And
no.
Was it just this episode?
Just this episode.
Okay, never mind. No, I really thought that she was the designer through the entire show, and just now, she was introducing herself to the models. I'm like, what? How is that working out?
Right.
But okay, never mind. It makes sense now.
Yeah. So Chelsi's like, hey, I'm going to wear whatever I want to wear. I'm going to pick my own outfits out. And then she walks out, and again, we get the, God, she's a bitch line.
She's staying true to her form.
She's pissing off all sorts of people in this episode. Then we cut to Chelsi sitting on a bench in another room, and the photographer, Brad, comes up to her, and he's trying to tell her some ideas that he's got for her shoot, and she's just ignoring him. And then she just pulls one of those, oh, I didn't see you there moves, and then she's like, you know what? I don't want to hear any of your ideas because I have my own ideas of what I want to do. And then she walks out.
And then again.
Well, we didn't get the bitch line, but something about, her tampon on fire or something like that.
I loved it. It was so funny. She's being a total diva at this point. The bad kind.
Yeah.
You can be a good diva.
Mm-hmm.
She's totally not.
No.
At all.
I don't think I don't think it's in her system. It's not in her aura to be a good diva. She just knows one kind of diva, and that's it. All right. So that brings us to the very final photo shoot. So for the last time this season, the notebook is now open.
The notebook is now open.
All right. First up. Now, this is going to be each shoot is actually 2 shoots combined with a wardrobe change in between shoots. And the first one up was Nikki. Now, her first photo has Nikki in a black see-through sleeveless frock over what looks like a pink mini dress. She's sitting in her chair with the right leg in the air. I love those shoes. Her shoes were on point. Did you write that down?
the opposite of that, yeah.
You hate her shoes? What?
I liked the whole outfit except for the shoes.
Oh my god, I love those shoes.
We're back at opposite ends again, man.
Her face is looking straight at the camera and she's looking amazing. Second photo has her hunched over, sitting in a window. Again, she has her right leg stretched out with her left leg bent backward. I thought it was a solid photo. The third one has Nikki on her shoulders. This is weird.
I loved it.
The one with Nikki on her shoulders and had her legs in the air. Left leg touching her left cheek and her right leg bent behind her. It was kind of awkward. Four photos sees their first outfit change. She's wearing a butterfly print cape and a white sleeveless top over a black dress with fringe at the bottom. Bottom of the skirt, and brown strap-on heels. She's got her left leg lifted up while holding on to the rooftop. And then the fifth photo is more of a close-up. Her right hand is on top of her head. Her gorgeous face is looking at the camera. And then the final picture has her right leg up, and she's standing on her left leg. She has her left arm up, and she's standing right in front of the St. Louis Arch, which I thought was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Overall, the whole thing together, I gave her an A.
I gave her the same grade as you, which is good. I wanted to point out, I like the, well, first off, the weird pose you said on the first outfit, I thought it was epic. I loved it. Like, I
thought it was it was different. It was unique, but it was awkward.
I had other thoughts on that, but, yeah. And then the second outfit, moving on, the second outfit, I really liked how she used, like, the extra fabric on her, like, the green on there and the frilly stuff.
And the frilly stuff.
I'm not a girly girl, okay? I don't know the technical terms. Yeah, so I gave her A as well because I liked everything. I liked the makeup, too. I liked the darker makeup on her and how her hair looked.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was darker.
The darker makeup.
More edgier.
Yeah, the darker makeup really, shot her face out to that camera. And it was really a nice touch. But you hated her shoes.
Just in the first one. I like the shoes in the second one.
Okay. Next up is Tia. First shoot. She's wearing a black and white long flowing dress, sleeveless, with a red frizzy front. I don't know what that is called on the collar.
It looked like a bunch of tassels. Like what tassels are made of, kind of like just dangling around her neck.
Red hair, black shoes. Again, I'm liking those shoes. I loved the black shoes, especially on that outfit. She bent backward in the first photo with her left hand on her head. The second photo is more of a close-up of the same thing, except for instead of having her left hand on her head, she had a clenched fist resting on her left hip. And then the third photo was had Tia sitting in a chair, turned to the side. I didn't like that one as well, that photo, because she looked like she was bored. She looked like she didn't want to be there.
I wrote that as well. I liked the first dress because I always liked the black and red on her a lot. But then,
or the white. White looks really good on her too.
Actually, no. I wrote down that I liked the third pose. I didn't like the first two because I thought they were awkward. I liked the third pose.
I mean, they were awkward, but they weren't awkward as in, oh my god, I can't look at that. It was more intriguing than anything for me. The third one I didn't like because she looked like she generally looked bored.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, now we have ourselves a wardrobe change into the fourth photo. Tia is wearing a white dress with frayed white strings. Looks like she's got a red top and black boots though. She's laying on the floor with her hands around her face. Some of the frays covering her chin. I didn't like that. Too much going on around her face. Because she's another one who has a gorgeous face. Don't cover that up. That's an asset for you. Then the fifth photo, Tia is standing in a window looking at the window is looking at the St. Louis Arch with her left leg cocked down. I thought that was probably the best photo of the shoot total. And then Tia, for the sixth photo, the final photo, Tia bent backward again with her left leg cocked out. I can't say I was too impressed with. I can't say I was too impressed with the first three. The first three photos. I mean, the first two photos were okay, but I think the last three photos really outshined the first three. And so I gave her a C.
I wrote that I loved the first pose in the second outfit. I don't really remember right now what it was, but I liked it. But the other two poses were okay. I wasn't really impressed with them. But
the fourth pose, she was laying on the floor with her hands around her face and all that. That was
I have mixed feelings about the outfit. I kind of liked the overall dress part.
Mm-hmm.
I hated the black shoes with it, the black undone boots. I didn't think they went together at all, and I didn't.
Yeah, those black boots
threw the dress off a lot for me.
Those black boots stuck out like a sore thumb.
This show is turning me into some sort of fashion person. I don't know if I like it.
But I gave her a C. What did you give her?
A B.
A B. Wow.
Yeah.
You were harsher than I was, and I gave her a worse grade than you.
I don't think she deserved a C. Maybe it's just because it's the final round and I'm getting emotional, and I don't want to give anyone a bad grade.
Well, then you don't want to hear my review of Chelsi. Chelsi, oh my God, I hated the first outfit. Wearing a blue top, showing her midriff, a brown, medium brown mini skirt with blue-green shoes. It just looked like somebody just slapped clothes on her and said, "Get out there." Like if I was her mom, I'd be like, "You're not going out looking like that. That looks disgusting."
You think that she just got all held up in her sassiness and being a bitch, so she just grabbed whatever she could and just went with it because she wanted to get out of there?
Well, here's the weird thing. She told she told Barbara, the designer, that she was going to pick out her own clothes. But then in her confessional right before the photo shoot, she's like, "Barbara's a great designer." How would you know? You didn't take any of her ideas.
Two-faced bitch.
Talking about being fake.
Yeah. For that first shoot for her, though, I liked the colors of some of the clothes. I don't think that it all went together, and I didn't like the overall look, but I liked, the colors were pretty. I'm distracted by simple things, okay? And then, and none of her poses in that first shoot stood out to me at all. Like, they were all just very straight line and no special quality at all to make her stand out, you know?
Yeah, because, I mean, the first one, she was sitting on, like, a purple stool with her legs kind of halfway crossed. The second photo has her crossing her leg right behind her right leg behind her left one. One of her hands was behind her. It looked like she was about ready to shit. She was trying to hold it in.
It looked like senior pictures gone wrong.
I could see your point on that, but have you ever, like, groundhogged it?
Yeah.
And you're trying to hold it, you're trying to clench your butt cheeks to hold it together? That's what she looked like she was doing.
Oh, poor girl. Maybe she was.
Just stop the shoot and take a deuce.
Sweetheart, beauty isn't always pain. You can wait. You can pause that. Go take a fucking shit. Come on now.
Photo 3 has her back on the stool with her legs crossed, hiked up. Yeah, it was forgettable. So far though, that was the best photo of the shoot, even though it was, I can remember it now, but if you were to ask me what it was tomorrow, I would probably forget.
Yep, I agree.
Then the fourth photo. Now, with her wardrobe change, I like this outfit a lot better. She's wearing a light tan top with a dark brown skirt and lighter brown shoes. So this was a concept that was complete.
I absolutely loved this outfit. I mean, the top wasn't my favorite, but I loved the pants. Absolutely loved them.
Yeah. For photo, has her on some stairs leaning against the railing with her left leg hiked up. The fifth photo, we've got to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell was that?
It was weird. Very weird.
It was like half tut, half like, I don't know. Like
walk like an Egyptian wannabe kind
walk
of.
like an Egyptian with like ankle contortion. Because you saw that her legs were spread apart, but her feet were flat on the floor.
Yeah.
Or flat on that
didn't
step.
look comfortable at all.
Right.
I liked how I was distracted again though by the prettiness of the pants like flowing down the stairs. It looked really cool. That was the only part of the whole shot that I liked was the prettiness of the pants.
And then, I mean, the sixth photo, I will give her an A forever because she showed some flexibility with that. She's kneeling on her right leg instead of laying her shin on and her foot on the floor behind her, like normal people will kneel, she's got her shin and her foot lifted up behind her. Mm-hmm. It looked painful, but it looked beautiful. And I think out of all of the whole shoot, that was my favorite picture, even though it looked a little uncomfortable.
I wrote that one was just okay. I think out of the second outfit, the first pose was my favorite of it. It was very elegant. Or maybe I just fell in love with the pants in that picture because it was the first one I saw, and that's all I can get in my head. I don't know. I don't think I'm a very good commentary for this show. I just get the squirrel. That's all I do.
I gave her a D.
I gave her a C.
Oh, wow. But, of course, you were nicer on her than I was.
Yeah.
I just,
most of that.
Last week's photo shoot round for her was like her apex. For me. That was like the best Chelsi ever looked and ever done. This was kind of like 2 steps backwards for me.
Yeah, I think that she overall has been consistent and decent pictures on most of them. There's some really bad ones with like when they were in the monsters and stuff like that, those episodes, but I don't know, like she was the one through this entire thing I hated to love.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And I'll admit, when it came to the photo shoot rounds and the immunity rounds, I was impartial.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. She put me on a freaking roller coaster this season. I don't know. I absolutely loathed her at the beginning. Then I had mad respect for her in some of it when she was actually standing up and telling people the truth, and she was decent in a couple of scenes.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I can't keep up with her. Overall, though, she's a good model. I wish her the best.
You
That's
really
me being
mean
the
that.
better person.
You really mean that. All right. So we're done with the photo shoots, the last photo shoot round, and this part was a little weird. Seeing older contestants coming back.
Yeah, I didn't expect this.
First, we cut to Helena running up to Tia in the hallway, and Tia tells Helena how, she's having it rough, not being able to find any friends after everybody left, blah, blah, blah. Helena is building Tia up, telling her that she's so talented and beautiful that nobody deserves it more than she does.
Nice little pep talk.
Why couldn't Helena be like that throughout the show? And then I would have loved her.
Yeah, I know. She kind of got scary there toward the end of her being on the show. I don't know. Emotional whiplash, I guess.
Then we have Sunny walking up to Nikki.
I forgot about her.
Yeah.
I was so like, who the hell is that? Oh, shit!
Asks if she's seen Kevin, the director, around. And, Nikki's like, no, I haven't. Then Nikki opens up to Sunny about how nervous she is about the winning announcement coming up, which finally, I'm thinking, finally you are focusing on the right thing. Be nervous about that.
It's about goddamn time.
She felt like the other girls did better than her, but she's worked so hard and doesn't want to lose. And Sunny says that Nikki was her biggest competition and inspiration, says that Nikki has done things that she thought Nikki would never do. And Sunny says, you know what, win, lose, or draw, you're going to do well out of this competition. And I think Sunny was the most genuine out of everybody. I mean, that came back to offer a pep talk.
Yeah, she's the one I agree with most.
Yeah.
Out of all those, I think.
Then Mackenzie. This is a little controversial. Mackenzie walks up to Chelsi at a lobby. Apologizes to Chelsi. Says she shouldn't have stuffed the ballot box and listened to Jessica. Mackenzie wants Chelsi back as a friend. I don't know why. Because Chelsi was a bitch to her. Chelsi owned up to being a bitch to her, but I don't think anything would change.
The pair of them just give me a freaking migraine. I don't...
Well, I hope they're happy together. I guess the friendship's back on now. But then, they ended up with Chelsi and Mackenzie talking shit about Tia. About,
back
Tia
into old habits.
Tia wants me to be her friend and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, nobody cares. Nobody cares about your drama anymore. We're nearing the finish line. Nobody cares about your drama anymore. Because it's irrelevant.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Anyway, then we come out of commercial break to judges' critiques. Sybil tells Nikki that this is one of her best shoots. Complimenting Nikki about pretty much everything. And I happen to agree with them. I think Nikki peaked at the right time in this competition.
I think I saw the most growth with her out of all of them. Like, not even with modeling, but personality and stuff too.
But then, he said the same thing to Chelsi, even though he didn't like the first half of her photo shoot. He loved the second half. He said, "Oh, you redeemed yourself with that second half of the photo shoot, that second shoot." And I'm like, she did better. I don't know if I would go that far and say she redeemed herself.
No, definitely not.
No. And then he goes on and tells Tia this was her best shoot. He liked that. He liked the fact that she was more serious and less comedic, which I get because there were some photo shoots throughout the season that she was a little hamming it up. And this photo shoot, she focused on being beautiful and elegant, or tried to anyway. So yeah, now. It's time for Coley to deliver the final news. As she tells all three finalists, she's proud of them. Each finalist has their corresponding friend standing behind them on the risers. And here we go. The winner is Nikki fucking Serenity.
Yes, bitches!
Nikki fucking Serenity wins season 6 of Local Ambition. Thoughts?
Congrats, girl. I think out of everyone, she deserved it. Like I've already said that I saw the most growth with her. The most personality-wise and in modeling. I think this last shoot was my favorite, to be honest with her.
I will say she worked fucking hard. Like, we were hard on her at the beginning of this season. I remember that. And she just continued to grow and grow and grow. And now she's the winner.
Did you notice, I think, that her modeling got better after she got a backbone?
Yes.
Like, it radiated more confidence in her pictures.
Exactly.
And she owned more of her shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And she had more conviction in a lot of them, I think. And so
oh my God, yeah.
It shown more, which is another reason why I'm so proud of her, because she deserved it the most with the transformation she made, I think.
Right.
So congrats, girl.
Tia hits the confessional first after the winning announcement and says that when the announcement happened, she was happy for Nikki because Nikki deserved it. Yes, she did. Her shoot was amazing, and she worked many years to be as good as she is. And that's what I appreciate. I appreciate somebody who works hard at their craft, you
Yeah,
know,
definitely.
and improves, doesn't just spin their wheels in dirt, you know.
Doesn't just act like an entitled bitch all the time, thinking that they just deserve it for nothing.
But then I had to stand up for Tia on this one. She was like, you know, I was a little sad for myself, but then I realized, you know what? She may be Nikki fucking Serenity, but I am Tia fucking Ginsey. And I can do as many things as she can. I can get myself booked places. I can find photographers and designers, and I can do everything else she can. And yeah, you can, because you have the same exposure. You have the same platform.
Yeah, and I think that this will help motivate her, put her in the right mindset to do something with that in the future. You know, hopefully.
And I think Tia has a confidence issue herself.
Oh yeah, definitely. But
Because if she was completely confident in herself, she wouldn't need a quote unquote friend in this competition.
you read my mind. I think that's why she got so kind of clingy at the end. Is because she was feeling a lot less confident the closer it got down to the wire, and the less confident, of course, then the more needy she needed to try and build herself back up. So I mean, psychology-wise,
Psychology-wise,
it makes a lot of sense now.
Chelsi's next says that Nikki is deserving. She was honest and worried about herself. She worked hard and came here to do what she was supposed to do. No bad words from Chelsi this time.
I'm so proud of her. Good job. That was good. Refreshing. Very refreshing to hear something like that.
To finally see Chelsi's softer side.
Not even like a comment about how she feels sorry about herself or anything. Like,
right.
It was all about congratulating the winner. And that is good. That's a very good thing. Good for you, Chelsi. Finally doing something a little decent.
And then the finale, the final act, final scene, that leaves us more questions than answers of this whole entire season. As Nikki Serenity is on the phone with apparently her mom, telling her mom the good news, we see out of the shadows Jessica with a knife in hand, getting ready. And that's it. Getting ready, and that's it.
And that's it.
Because that's how it cut off. And it was like, no!
There are so many questions. Like, why is she still running around free to begin with?
Right?
Two, whatever happened to the other two crazies that kidnapped her in the first place? Like, nothing was really shown about that. Three, who freaking made the call? I want to know who made the 911 call. Like, I can't recognize the voice. It had to have been... I don't know.
We were, speaking of the two people last week, we were wrong about Ashley. Ashley is not Jessica's sister. Lisa was Jessica's sister. So Ashley is somebody that, I guess, Coley... I missed it. Coley mentioned something about her when they were having that confrontation. I apparently missed it in my notes. And so,
But was she a producer or something of the show? Like, who was she?
She was known. I don't know.
But she wasn't a model, was she?
Not this season.
Oh, so I was right. She was someone in a previous season.
Probably.
Model-wise, maybe?
Because my short-term memory's going. So I would have had to look that up.
Yeah.
Because I have been a fan of this since its conception. Because when this whole thing was conceived, I was doing the radio show with the director-creator Kevin in St. Louis. So when this was conceived, I was involved with that. And then out of that radio show blossomed this show. And then, you know, I got to do a little bit of work on season 2. And now here we are, season 6, covering this show.
I come through with my, is naivety a word? Naivety? Me being naive on this whole thing, because I didn't know this thing existed until this year, so there was no way in hell I was going to know who Ashley was or anyone else. So I wasn't acting. I didn't know who she was, and so maybe I should go back and watch all the previous seasons. So now for next season, I'm gonna
They're available
okay.
they're available on alwayslatetv.com.
Good deal.
So, but we made Erica a fan.
Dude, I know. I have mixed feelings about that. I'm not a girly girl, so it's not like at the beginning I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. I don't know. Like, I'm not a fashion person or a model drama guy person.
Guy.
Yeah. I'm sleepy, leave me alone. But I was actually pleasantly surprised. I think the overall concept of it, the fact that in this show is different, they choose their own stuff, they're a lot more into it, made me respect the show a lot more. And I like that the involvement of everyone was very
the tagline
encouraging.
The tagline has always been, "This is not Tyra's modeling show." And it showed. Tyra, as far as I know, I've not watched many seasons of America's Next Top Model. But as far as I know, I've never seen a big girl or a big guy. Because, towards the end, they started mixing men in with the women. I've never seen big girls or big guys in that modeling competition. And here we saw a couple big girls. Mm-hmm. I mean, and I'm not saying big girls as, being mean. Tia is a thick girl, but she loves her body the way it is. And I adore her for that because, if you can't love the body you're in, then you got to do something to change it.
Well, yeah. And in this world, though, where body shaming is still a big thing, I mean, you can't freaking go to Walmart and get anything more than a XL usually, and most of the people nowadays are not super, super skinny anymore, thanks to McDonald's and shit. But,
yeah.
I mean, it's good and encouraging that they have people of all shapes and sizes to, encourage people's beauty, no matter what you look like, who you are, what your background is. They had a freaking stoner on there. Come on now. Equality, man.
Equality.
Girl, I still miss you. Just letting you know.
Nana. We love Nana.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for the last time this season, I guess we're signing off.
It's been real, you.
Until season 7, by the way, before we sign off, we have big news. We have a TV deal now.
For
Local Ambition season 7. More news to follow. So stay tuned on alwayslatetv.com or on Facebook, Always Late TV, and Local Ambition. For Erica, I'm Travis. We will see you next year.